Determination, tradition, five-time champions, the Miami Hurricanes. Here we go, so you, damn you, damn, throw your hands up in the air, you, damn you, damn, go ahead, get up out your chair, you, damn, put them views up in the air, throw them up like you just don't care, let them out, just stop and stare, 'cause in Miami, it's all about the you, in Miami, King fans always true, in Miami, it's all about the you, and nobody can stop us, there ain't nothing you can do.
What's up, fam? Billy D here. Welcome to NASR 5 after 6 Eastern Standard Time here in New England, where it is freezing as usual. Man, I gotta get my ass back to the 305. All in good time. All in good time, my friends. I'll be down at the Rock during football season. We got to get ready tonight for lots of action and all sorts of stuff going on. We have the tournament, all the conference tournaments going on in college hoops. Currently right now in the SEC quarterfinal, Tennessee trails Vanderbilt 65-62 with 4 minutes to go. We have Duke, who survived. Granted, Duke's banged up. They're banged up. We know this. They squeaked by Florida State 80-79 last night as FSU missed a tying free throw at the end of the game. Again, you know, they have their point with a fractured foot, didn't play, and another guy got banged up. Duke is not at 100%. And we know this, Duke is the number one team in the country. They are the best team in the ACC. They are not playing on all cylinders right now, dealing with some injuries, but they do advance to the semifinal, and that is today, in which they will play Clemson, and the Miami Hurricanes will play Virginia. So we got that going on. The Canes tip off at 7 p.m. from Charlotte. Listen, the Canes are playing with house money. 7-24 a year ago, 25-7, already punched their ticket to the tournament, the NCAA tournament. Obviously, getting a double bye and a 3 seed in the ACC was a great accomplishment, and they didn't go one and done. They did defeat Louisville 78-73, and Louisville was ranked. Another ranked victory for the Canes. Listen, you got to give credit to Coach Jay Lucas and the job he has done. The Canes were ranked as high as 22 this season at one point. They just, listen, the whole turnover of the team through NIL under the watchful eye of Coach Jay Lucas. What did I say? Jay Smith? Jay Lucas. Jay Lucas is the son of longtime NBA coach John Lucas. Jay Lucas was a assistant at Duke, highly touted. Duke did not want to let him get away. And Jay Lucas coming to Miami is just the greatest thing. It's a gift. And we are reaping the benefits of it, because the job he has done in year one with the just overturning the entire roster with the help of NIL, to get guys like, he recruited Shelton Henderson, the freshman, who's been great. You bring in Malik Renew and True Washington and Trey Henderson in the backcourt. Renew's averaged 20 points a game. Down low, the center, Ernest Uday, another kid they brought in, a senior who had played for Kansas, and he played 2 other schools. Uday's 6'11", the number 1 rebounder in the ACC, just blocks shots, does a lot of stuff. They added the size. Canes aren't quite there with the depth, but man, did they do a great job of putting this roster together. And listen, with a banged-up Duke team, if they can get by Virginia, and they did lose at Virginia in a close game last time out, where one bad foul call, one bucket cost them, and they were going to have a shot. they're going to have a shot. The Canes are going to have a shot tonight, and if they get into the final, who the hell knows? Because Duke is not healthy right now. So listen, Duke is heavily favored tonight. Heavily favored tonight over Clemson. Let's get some other updates here. Let's see. St. John's in the Big East semi up on Seton Hall 25-18. Obviously, they advanced to the final to play the winner of the UConn game tonight. I'll give you that in a second. Alabama plays Ole Miss in the SEC quarterfinal at 7. The Canes tip off at 7 against Virginia. Virginia is a 3.5-point favorite currently. UConn plays Georgetown tonight. UConn is a 14.5-point favorite. So the UConn-Georgetown winner plays the Seton Hall-St. John's winner in the Big East Tournament Championship. And obviously, the winner of Virginia-Miami plays the winner of Duke-Clemson in the ACC Championship. Now, the tip-off for Duke and Clemson is 9:30 p.m., so that's a little later. And Duke is currently a 10.5-point choice. Today, the defending champion Gators knocked off Kentucky. And, they'll be in the, let's see, what do I have the final? What was the final there? Michigan edged Ohio State 71-67 in the Big Ten quarterfinal. Ohio State gave Michigan all they could handle. Michigan improves to 30-2. Florida defeated Kentucky. They are now in the semifinal of the SEC, 71-63. That was a great win for the defending champion Florida Gators. Wisconsin defeated Illinois today, 91-88 in the Big Ten quarterfinal. Both those teams have already punched their ticket to the dance. That gets you up to date on all the big stuff. So for you Canes fans, you'll keep an eye on Clemson Duke at 9:30, and obviously we've got to take care of our business against Virginia. Again, kudos to Coach Jay Lucas. What a great job he has done. Listen, they gave it to the Duke coach, but Jay Lucas should have been the coach of the year in college basketball. So also, tonight we got the World Baseball Classic. I've been into this, and judging by the ratings, so is the country. And we know the other countries, it's a way bigger deal than it even is to us. If you're from the Dominican Republic or Venezuela or Japan. So tonight we got Korea versus the DR at 6:30. That game is going to have first pitch in 15 minutes. That's on Fox. That's from Miami. Fox Sports 2. 8 p.m. USA and Canada again. If you didn't get enough of it in hockey, now you're going to get the baseball version. USA, Canada, 8 p.m. I heard Jack Hughes sent the U.S. players a good luck video, and I even heard that the Americans might have some hockey jerseys on in the pregame batting practice. From Houston, Puerto Rico plays Italy tomorrow at 3 p.m., and from Miami, Venezuela plays Japan at 9 p.m. That is also tomorrow, Saturday. So tonight, 8 p.m., we've got the Americans and the Canadians. That's become quite the rivalry in all sports. So 8 p.m., Logan Webb, the New York Giants ace. The San Francisco Giants ace, Logan Webb, will be on the mound for the United States. And Michael Soroka from the Washington pitcher, will be on the mound for Canada. So, listen, Soroka for the Nationals last year. Soroka for the Nationals last year was like 3-8 with an ERA of just over 4. So, U.S., if that's what they're offering up in a quarterfinal knockout game, they better slap this kid around. So Soroka from the Nats will get the start for Canada, and Logan Webb from the San Francisco Giants, the ace, gets the start for Team USA. Also, Bryce Harper, Alex Bregman, and Kyle Rowley will be in the starting lineup, as they were not in the starting lineup for the Italy game because the stupid the stupid coach, the stupid manager, the dumbass manager, Mark DeRosa of the United States, didn't even know that the game was a must-win. Now, I heard DeRosa today again in his morning press conference just lying through his freaking teeth. Lying through his teeth, claiming, oh, yeah, no, I knew. No, yeah, I knew it was a knockout game. No, you didn't. You gave a big interview on TV right before the game saying that, we already punched our ticket. Those are your exact words. So stop lying now. Like, DeRosa, just admit that you screwed up. You screwed it up. You screwed it up. You didn't know. You're lucky you got bailed out. Italy bailed you out. You're in there. You're playing tonight in the knockout round, but you are very fortunate that things went your way, because that was one of the hugest that was one of the biggest management blunders ever. I mean, you made Aaron Boone look like Casey Stengel. Anyway. Okay. So, big WBC action tonight. Lots of college hoops action tonight. Let's see what we got going on here in the NBA tonight. So the other thing we went over in my short little 15-minute show yesterday, which was pre-recorded, and I aired it last evening, was people bitching about Bama Adebayo's 83-point game. They need to shut up about that, because that was a great accomplishment. None of these games happen organically when that happens. When Wilt had his 100, they were feeding him and feeding him and feeding him. It wasn't the order. It wasn't the ordinary flow of the game and running regular sets. Yes, it's out of the flow of the game. They see a guy who's piping hot and he's about to do something that hasn't been done before, so they just start feeding him. The organic flow of the game disappears. They're just feeding him, feeding him, feeding him. It's the same thing that happened with Kobe when he had his 81 points, and it's the same thing that happened the other night. Now listen, Bam had damn near 70 points before it got a little ridiculous, so give him his props. I don't want to hear any more about that. Anybody that is shitting on Bam Adebayo's 83 points, I mean, you would bitch about an 85-degree day in December. I don't want to hear it. We're going to give you the NBA current standings as we speak. There's so much sports on tonight, between the World Baseball Classic, between UConn and Georgetown, between St. John's playing Seton Hall right now, between the Miami Hurricanes and Virginia in a semifinal. You got Duke and Clemson in a semifinal. You got the World Baseball Classic. I mean, there's so much going on. But yes, the NBA is playing games too. 7:30 p.m. the Knicks play the Pacers in Indiana. The Utah Grizzlies play the Detroit Pistons, who've had a great year. They're in Detroit. That's also 7:30. Phoenix Suns and the Toronto Raptors. That's also 7:30. The Cleveland Cavs at the Dallas Mavericks. Thank God for Cooper Flagg. What a fantastic rookie. Otherwise, it's been a lost season for Dallas. Cavs at the Mavs. Cavs are 40-26. 13.5-point favorite tonight, if anybody's interested in that. The Pelicans at the Rockets. That's 8 o'clock. The Timberwolves at the Warriors at 10 o'clock. That's a late game. Jazz at the Blazers at 8. The Bulls at the Clippers at, Jazz Blazers is at 10 as well. And the Bulls and the Clippers are 10:30 from LA. That is your NBA action tonight. Currently, the standings in the NBA, the Pistons are number 1 in the Eastern Conference, followed by the Celtics. The Knicks are the 3 seed, the Cavs are the 4, the Magic are the 5, the Heat are the 6 seed. Those are your organic playoff teams right now. Your play-ins would be Raptors 7, Hawks 8, Sixers 9, Hornets 10. No one else is even close. Bucks, Bulls, Nets, Wizards, Pacers already playing for next year. So that's your Eastern Conference standings. Your playoff, your team's comfortably in playoff position right now. Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Cavs, Magic, Heat. That's your top 6. Then Raptors, Hawks, Sixers, and Hornets. Raptors, Hawks, Sixers, and Hornets. That's your 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be your playing games. In the West, The OKC Thunder doing what they do again. They are 52-15, but not far behind them is Victor Wembanyama, becoming the face of the NBA. And the Spurs are 48-18 and second in the Western Conference. And they have beaten the Thunder. They've beaten the Thunder a couple times this year. You know, listen. We know the Thunder are probably the best team in the league. You know, Phyllis Alexander is a phenomenal player, and they're looking to repeat this year. And listen, SGA is, you know, still probably the best player in the league, but quickly Wembanyama is laying claim to that throne, and they give the Thunder trouble. I would love to see that in a playoff series. That's your top 2 seeds: Thunder, Spurs, Lakers at 41-25, who continue to play better when LeBron James is out of the lineup. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you? Rockets are the 4 seed, Nuggets the 5 seed, Timberwolves the 6 seed. All those teams with good records. Lakers 41-25, Rockets 40-25, Nuggets 41-26, Timberwolves with Ant-Man 40-26. That's your top 6. Your play-ins right now are the Suns, who are 12 games over 500. The Clip 33-32. The Warriors hanging in there as they're an aging team on the decline, 32-33, 1 game under 500. And the Blazers at 31-35. And no one else is even close. The Grizz, the Mavs, the Pelicans, the Jazz, and the Kings are already thinking of next year. That's over for them. So they're not even in the mix. There's nobody even close. So Thunder, Spurs, Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, Wolves, and you're playing our Suns, Clippers, Warriors, Blazers. That is your standings in the NBA. For all the people that have been hitting me up in chat and saying, Billy, you got to pay more attention in the NBA. So we're going to do that. And listen, we're getting closer to the nitty-gritty, so we're going to be all over it in the playoffs. You guys know it. You know how I roll. Tonight, in the NHL, for my Kane fam, get pumped up. Listen, we're playing with house money, Miami basketball. We're playing with house money right now. But I'd love to get this win and get into that ACC final. Duke is a little bit of a wounded bird. If we can get a shot at him, we can take it. Got to win tonight, though. Virginia's an excellent squad. Tonight, a light schedule in the NHL. LA Kings at the New York Islanders. The New York Islanders, 14 games over 500 and currently in the second place in the Metropolitan Division. Tied with the Penguins, but for the second slot there. Listen, it's a tight playoff race. Any team that goes on a 4-game losing streak can find their way out of this thing. So there is only 2 games in the NHL tonight. It's the Kings at the Islanders from UBS at 7, and the Oilers at the Blues at 8 p.m. The Edmonton Oilers in bad need of a goaltender. I mean, they made a trade for Skinner, sending Skinner to the Penguins. And they got Jari, the Penguins goalie, and he's been awful. Change of scenery did him no good. Skinner started out good in Pittsburgh, but now he's turned back into Stuart Skinner. And they've been playing a kid that won the Calder Cup last year for the Abbotsford Canucks, Schlivats, and he's played better for Pittsburgh. But the Penguins, who still have one more game without Evgeny Malkin and his 5-game suspension. Still Crosby not back on the ice. They're in danger of falling out of this thing if they don't get their players back. Let's take a look at the NHL standings right now. We'll do just like we did with the NBA. We're going to give you just the playoff stuff, the important stuff. Right now in the Eastern Conference. After a win last night by the Lightning and a loss by the Sabres still clinging to the top spot in the Atlantic at 40-20-6, 86 points. The Lightning are 40-20-4, 84 points, but the Lightning have 2 games in hand. The Canadiens 36-18-10 with 82 points. The Red Wings 36-23-7, but the Wings have been on a bit of a slide lately, 79 points. In the Met, The Hurricanes 41-18-6, 88 points, the best record in the Eastern Conference. Penguins and the Islanders are both 14 games over 500, tied for second with 79 points. But the Blue Jackets at 33-21-11 are 2 points behind. But the Jackets did lose to the defending champion Florida Panthers in overtime last night. And listen, the Panthers, they're 9 points out with 17 to go. They're probably not going to be in the dance, but they have won 3 in a row, and they're going to try to make life difficult for others. The Panthers there was just too many injuries, one after the other, a little too much for them to overcome this year. They still don't have guys like Seth Jones back in the lineup. Now Marchand's out. Jonah Gadjevich still hasn't come back. Barkov still hasn't come back. They did get, 4 or 5 of the guys back, but when you're out 8 to 9 guys, it's very tough. Very tough. But you know what? The Panthers will rest up, and they'll be back next year. When their core is healthy, they're as good a team as there is in this league. So, East, the top 3 in the Atlantic, the Sabres, the Lightnings, the Canadiens. The top 3 in the Metropolitan, the Hurricanes, the Penguins, and the Islanders. And your wild cards right now are the Red Wings and the Bruins, 79 and 78 points. The Columbus Blue Jackets are 1 point behind the Bruins right now. 1 point. The next closest are the Senators, and the Flyers are 5 points back. And those are your only, and so are the Caps. So are the Washington Capitals. So the Caps, the Flyers, and the Senators are 5 points back. So still in shouting distance, but it's looking like a 3-team heat for those last 2 wild cards between the Wings, the Bruins, and the Jackets. But hey, listen, the Penguins and the Islanders only have 79 points. Like I said before, if somebody all of a sudden loses 3 or 4 in a row, they can find themselves out of it. So everybody's got to keep the level up. Well, that's what we got tonight for you, boys and girls. We're out of here. My Canes fam, enjoy the game tonight. I hope you're enjoying this great basketball season that we have. Thank God for Jay Lucas coming into the program from Duke. I know they probably didn't want to see him go, but we're lucky to have him and the job he's done. Also, Canes fans, the baseball team's off to a good start this year if you've been following, and they are also first pitch right now, 6:30 at Duke. Miami baseball at Duke, 6:30. You guys follow me on the North American Sports Report YouTube channel. Please subscribe, and you can follow Billy DiNapoli on Facebook, Instagram, and X. I always got good sports stuff cooking and posting, so check me out. I'll see you guys. Just look for postings on my next show right now. Once we get out of football season, once college and pro football are over, I don't really have a regular schedule. You guys know during football season, I'm every Saturday, Sunday, Monday night for sure, and then the occasional Thursday show. But now I'm kind of just winging it, and I'll make the announcements when the next show is. Obviously, if there's, you could see me tomorrow because we're going. We might have the Canes in the ACC championship game. So you may see me tomorrow post about the conference championship games, but again, I don't have a set schedule right now, so just keep an eye out. You'll get the notifications on YouTube when I come on, and I'll post show times on the other social outlets. Thanks, guys. I'm Billy D. I'll talk to you later.